Scroll the feed, same war, new name. Everybody claiming they playing God's game. End times talk and the timeline trending. Everybody sure how the story's ending. Arguing maps and bloodlines, charts and signs, like a hashtag strategy, the size of divine. You can scream prophecy all night online, but God wins in the end, not your design. When the credits roll, every empire tired, lake of fire for the ones that admire the liar. Yeah, leaders on screens with the graveyard eyes, quoting no verse while civilians die. Bombs on the news, defense in the Chiron, kids in the rubble, then the spin cycle icon. Lobbyists grin in the back room, meeting counting campaign checks while the sirens beating. Think tanks draft up a holy pretext, security speeches, then the airstrike next. Some breach don't like stock they selling, pointing at borders while the body's swelling. Headline war, but the heart of it greed. Power plus profit in the priestly seed. They study old scrolls like invasion maps, cherry pick lines to excuse collapse. But the plot you push with the blood you spend is a house of cards in a desert wind. End times talk and the timeline trending. Everybody sure how the story's ending. Arguing maps and bloodlines, charts and signs, like a hashtag strategy, the size of divine. You can scream prophecy all night online, but God wins in the end, not your design. When the credits roll, every empire tired, lake of fire for the ones that admire the liar. I saw a dude on the vlog talking to Earth dates with a whiteboard charts and some discount plates. Said I did the math from the news and the stars, but he messed up the sum, used emoji stars. Another expert on the couch with chips, yelling Gog Magog with salsa on his lips, predicting time highs between sips of soda. Got the whole apocalypse in the cheap pagoda. Some bro in the chat type, I'm the two witnesses. Really? But he works at a mall selling phone accessories. Preacher said dragons, beats, horns and crowns. Comment section fighting while the Wi-Fi's down. We binge watch Doom like a drama spree, but can't take the trash out on recycling. Everybody sure how the sky will split, but still can't quit that scrolling habit. End times talk and the timeline trending. Everybody sure how the story's ending. Arguing maps and bloodlines, charts and signs, like a hashtag strategy, the size of divine. You can scream prophecy all night online, but God wins in the end, not your design. When the credits roll, every empire tired, lake of fire for the ones that admire the liar. If a man makes moves to be more than man, thrown on the stage with a 7-step plan, crowds might cheer, algorithms might boost him. True still cuss to every slogan tattooed to him. He can't rig, Kevin can't hack that file, can't buy off judgment, can't bribe that trial. All that smoke and mirrors in the days of tire meets the holy gaze and eternal fire. Armies marching the fragile flags, history's full of that same old drag. Every age claims we're the chosen tools, but the cross still stands when they burn their rules. Any state, any block, any leader, any scheme, trying to twist fists into an earthly regime. Can't turn scripture to a missile key, can't write God's script with bureaucracy. You can chase some vision with a clenched up fist, try to cross a counterfeit savior twist, but if that fraud ever steps on the scene, he's one brief page in a book that's clean. Final word don't belong to a council vote, not a think tank memo or a secret note. When the dust and smoke finally thin, the lamp still stands where the wars begin. Arrogant plans thrown into the pyre, pride and cruelty to the lake of fire. Mercy like oceans, judgment like mercy like oceans, judgment like